Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Remember, you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another AB Daily News with the hockey coach, Guru Coach Frenchy. Today, episode number 346. What a minute, Coach. First of all, the AB Development Camp, following by the AB News. And finally, yes, we are back with the Montreal Canadiens rumor. But before we start, guys, we want to invite you. Please don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to the Hockey Nation Show, and leave us a comment about this episode. And let's dive in talking about my first subject of the day. My first subject of the day, guys, about the AB Development Camp. Already day number 3, and everybody talk about Logan Mailloux. Mailloux still the show right now for this camp 2023. 37 players all on the ice, all under the coach Jean-François Hull and Adam Nicolas. They use many small area drill, and you can see the intensity of each player bring on the ice for the Montreal Canadiens camp. Mailloux scored 25 goals last year with the London Knights and OHL. We'll be interested what Mailloux is going to do next season, if he's going to start the season with the Montreal Canadiens or with the Laval Rocket for upcoming season. But it's not the only one, guys. One thing we heard a lot for the last couple of days, guys, is the duo with Lane Hudson and David Rebacker. They played together many times on the strength drill. You can see some kind of chemistry already between both players. And this is a great to see this, to have two young prospects draft in 2022 by the Montreal Canadiens. Lane Hudson, 62 overall pick. And then we know David Rebacker, who drafted this year, 5th overall pick. Talking about Lane Hudson, guys, we heard at the day number 1 of the camp, he's not 5'8", he's not 5'10", but he's 5'9". That's what the test result about Lane Hudson happening to him during the day number 1 of the Montreal Canadiens camp. We know Hudson is going to returning for the second year in NCAA with the Boston College. Don't forget, guys, day number 4, this is the last day of the Montreal Canadiens Development Camp. They have a scrimmage at 11 o'clock a.m. You can watch this game, guys, on the social media of the Montreal Canadiens, on their website, or on their YouTube channel. This is the best place that you can watching the game. This is what happening, guys, for the first 3 days of for the Montreal Development Camp. We're going to give you one more update tomorrow for the next video of the AB Daily News. Leave us a comments. What do you think so far about this camp and Brassard for the Montreal Canadiens? And let's move on now, guys, for my second subject of the day. My second subject of the day, guys, about the Montreal Canadiens news. First of all, we have a deal between the Montreal Canadiens and RHP. He got an extension contract of 2 years at $1.1 million AAV per season. Harvey Pinard scored 14 goals last year in 34 games, and would be interesting to see where Pinard is going to be in the roster with the Montreal Canadiens at the beginning of the season as a top 6 or bottom 6. If he can play at the same level he did during the 34 game with the Montreal Canadiens for a full season of 82 games. It was not the only signature the Montreal Canadiens did in the last couple of days. They got another new players for the Montreal Canadiens, talking about Elias Anderson, the Sweden players draft by the New York Rangers, 7th overall pick in 2017, never reached his full potential in NHL. Obviously, was traded from the Rangers to the Kings. And last year, he played in American Hockey League. He has 59 points and 67 game. He got a 2-way contract for the Montreal Canadiens. If he cannot make the roster for the Montreal, he's going to play next season with the Laval Rocket. My next news, guys, is Carey Price become a special advisor for the Montreal Canadiens for upcoming season. We know already Montreal has Vincent Cavalier and Marie-Philippe Poulin. Carey Price is going to be in charge about all the goaltender inside of the Montreal Canadiens organization. My next news of the day, guys, about Christian Dvorak. We expect Dvorak to missing the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season 2023-2024 with the Montreal Canadiens. He did not recover properly since he got hurt at the end of the season last year. And Montreal expect him to returning with the Montreal possible at the end of the October. My next news, guys, first is about Cayden Primeau. Not sure his future with the Montreal Canadiens for what we heard in the last couple of days. Will be interesting what Primeau is going to do for the upcoming season, if he can make the Montreal Canadiens roster or returning with the Laval Rocket if he's not claimed from the waiver during the season 2023-2024. The second player we want to talk about is Philippe Mézard. He said during an interview, the Montreal Canadiens and his agent told him last year he's going to play 1 year in OHL, then he's going to have the call up to play with the Laval Rocket for the second year of his contract, ELC. This concludes, guys, my second subject of the day. I would like to hear from you guys. What do you think about all the different news of Montreal Canadiens today on this episode? Let's move on for my last subject of the day. My last subject of the day, guys, about the Montreal Canadiens rumor. First of all, I want to talk about Mike Hoffman. Why Mike Hoffman? We know after the trade of Joel Edmondson to the Washington Capitals the last couple of days, Mike Hoffman is maybe the next player where the Montreal Canadiens would love to trade to open up more money on the salary cap. Now, Hoffman, unfortunately for him, scored only 27 goals in the last 2 seasons with the Montreal Canadiens, and only 5 of the 27 goals are in the power play. Usually, Hoffman was recognized in NHL during his career as a great scorer on power play. That could complicate a little bit more now the situation for Ken Hughes to trade Hoffman. One thing I did, guys, for you is I look about 8 of the 9 worst team in the NHL on the power play did not make the playoffs. But Hoffman did not score a lot of goals in the last 2 seasons. That's not helping right now Ken Hughes. But I look about different team could use Mike Hoffman. My destination for the Mike Hoffman, it could be the New York Islanders, the Arizona Coyotes, the Winnipeg Jets, and the San Jose Sharks. But what a Montreal can do for trade Mike Hoffman, first of all, they have to retain 50% of his salary at $4.5 million. Definitely. Finally, they cannot get something big in return, a 3rd-round pick or a 4th-round pick, and maybe generous to trade Mike Hoffman. But again, the purpose of this rumor, guys, we know Ken Hughes tried to trade Mike Hoffman to have a little bit more money on the salary cap and give a spot for a young player like Elonen or Enneman to join the Montreal Canadiens for the upcoming season. And by the way, the Montreal Canadiens already have extra skater for the upcoming season under contract for the season 2023 and 2024. And this concludes, guys, my 3rd subject, but I would like to hear from you guys. What do you think about Mike Hoffman? Do you think Ken Hughes can trade Mike Hoffman, or do you think Ken Hughes have to wait until the trade deadline to trade Mike Hoffman? And this concludes, guys, all the subject we have on this episode. Here we go, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode, but before we leave, guys, we invite you, don't forget, please, to click on the like, subscribe to the Hockey Nation Live Show, and leave us a comment about this episode. And of course, I want to remind you one more thing. You have greatness inside of you, and we wish you an amazing, great, blessing day, everybody.